We're live. Oh, getting ready. Saturday morning where we are. It's Saturday everywhere, I believe, but it may be a different time depending on where you live. We're going to get started with a dumbbell bodyweight workout, both me and Brandon. Brandon's actually finalizing the workout at the moment, seeing as we're going to be doing, one of us is going to be doing dumbbell, one of us is going to be doing bodyweight. Cody, it's good to see you, the first one here. And your t-shirt is going to be on your way soon, by the way. I actually meant to email you this morning before we got this workout started, but I ran out of time. Bian, good morning. Johnny, how you doing? Kavesi, yeah, good to see you all join. Welcome to the stream. We're going to be getting started in just a moment. Brandon's going to be joining me. Of course, last week was Buff Duke, but this week is back to the Buff Dudes. So it's going to be me and Brandon. Douglas, good to see you. Cody, let's read your comment there. End of that day 6 cutting phase week. I'm tired, buddy. Yeah, I don't blame you. That's rough. Arvid, good to see you again.
We have we don't have the hardest workout today, so that's talking about Cody being a little worn out. We kind of feel that way too sometimes because we have a whole week of working out and everything. So this is going to be fun though. It's definitely going to be a fun one. Bodyweight, dumbbell, or whoever decides which. Should we go over the exercises?
Yeah, I'll answer this one really quick. Adrian from Facebook, that Arnold and Stallone clip was funny. Thank you, Adrian. Yeah, good to see you all join.
This is fantastic. Thank you very much.
And now Brandon's going to go over the exercises we're going to be performing today.
Okay, so body weight. We got squats, single leg RDLs, dive bombers, push-up release, push backs, Russian twists, LYTs, dips, T-curls, and calf raises. Of course, as we go through them, we'll kind of talk about them, explain them as we go. With the dumbbells, we'll get goblet squats, dumbbell swings, commando rows, floor press, windmill press, side bends around the world, skull crushers, curls, and calf raises.
Nice. So there was the body weight and there was the dumbbell, and good to see you, everyone.
Yep.
Lots of comments saying good morning. Hello to everyone. For those of you who know the routine, we're going to be getting started on some mobility. For those of you who don't know, we're going to be
starting with some mobility.
Exactly. So we'll take a few minutes here, let everyone join, let everyone get warmed up. Of course, the requirement is have your water ready. This is a 20-minute workout. It's going to be hitting full body. It's going to be 10 exercises. Each exercise is 4 sets, 20 seconds of working out, 10-second rest, and then back to another 20 seconds going on to the second set. We do that all the way through the 20 minutes. So it's going to be fun. We always enjoy doing this with all of you.
If you're joining, got the mobility, full body, as Hudson was just explaining. And so you can do a lot of different things. You can do like a full squat like Hudson's doing right now. You can do some lateral squats, which is good for the hip mobility, the ankles, and a little bit in the thoracic spine, stuff like that. And you can do leg swings. You can do some pass-throughs if you have like a dowel or a band, pull-aparts. So there's a lot of different things you can do.
And I got to read this comment from Raymond. Raymond from Facebook says he bought our mobility bands and our door anchor. So that's amazing. And you know what, Raymond? We're doing body weight and dumbbell this week, but next week we'll make sure and do mobility band workout. So we can all do it together.
Definitely. Oh, I think that's a hard thing. We're kind of waiting for the mobility bands to come back so more people could get them before we do more mobility band stuff, because we kind of felt bad for leaving some people out. But now that they're back in stock, we're going to be using them not only for warm-ups, but for workouts too.
Exactly. I saw Niz make a comment saying, are beanies required for cardio?
For me, yeah. Because I don't have a lot of blood flow to my brain because it's so small. So I need to keep it warm by wearing beanies.
It's what holds Brandon's head together.
That's true.
There's just brain matter.
That is, I have no skull. It's gone.
Jimmy D from YouTube with the $20 donation. Thank you, Jimmy. Pay my weekly dues for the workouts, and the Yatsfub t-shirt should be here Monday. That's amazing, Jimmy. Let us know when it comes.
Oh, I think Jimmy and Cody are the two that are the MVP.
Yeah, big time. We owe you guys.
Rising now in debt.
I know. I hope these workouts are good enough for you guys.
good.
Got the mobility bands. Feel free to use them for the mobility.
Oh yeah.
We'll take about another 3 minutes or so. Oh, we do really
Prioritize
yeah.
warming up.
And we recommend you doing it as well.
Yeah.
I was actually searching for the word. It's a little early still. Sometimes hard to get the brain going. Good to see everybody. Johnny from YouTube says, wanted to order the bands, but sadly not available in the UK. You know, Johnny, we don't offer shipping worldwide on the bands.
Because it's just so expensive.
It is. It's actually obnoxious. We would hate to even charge you the amount of money they want to charge for shipping. So if we can find some solution in the future, maybe ship out of Europe somehow, then we'll definitely start. It's a damn shipping. Maybe me and Brandon will buy a little boat and we'll just sail to Europe every time.
Tugboat.
with a package of bands.
Take us 4 weeks to get there.
or more. Or 4
Yeah,
months.
true.
4 years
Yeah.
with me and you.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll go around in circles for like the first couple months.
Yeah.
We'll show up with these massive beards, and we'll only have been able to fit 1 box of mobility bands in the boat. So.
And then we get there and you're like, actually, I changed my mind. Fuck.
Exactly.
Okay, so who's doing what? Bodyweight, dumbbell?
Flip a coin. We're gonna flip a coin to see who's doing dumbbell and who's doing body weight. And we actually don't have a coin. Okay. So I'm gonna just do an imaginary coin, and I'm doing body weight.
Okay, well there you go. Okay. So I got dumbbell, and if you're doing dumbbell, it's good to have, you know, heavier weight, lighter weight, either a couple different sizes, a pair of dumbbells. For a lot of these, you can just use 1 dumbbell, but there are some that you need 2. So just so heads up, whoever's joining in the dumbbell workout, get ready.
And Hoodie K from YouTube says, ready to get buffed. Oh yeah. And Stuart from YouTube says, you could use one of your Viking crafts you made to sail to Europe. We could.
That is true.
That would be highly dangerous. And we'd probably die.
We would die. We'd definitely die. The first wave that was over a foot.
But it'd be damn fun.
That would for the first 5 minutes.
Yeah. So how's everybody feeling?
Oh, yeah.
You let us know. Drop the emojis. Say you're ready. Give us a thumbs up. Go crazy. Type as much as you can.
Yeah.
Let your cat run across the keyboard. Do something so we know that you guys are ready to go, and we'll get started. Until then, we're just going to do a little bit of last minute mobility. Drink a little water. Yeah. Get hyped. Brandon's doing a little bit of kettlebell swings, as you can see. Dumbbell swings, I should say. Kind of a modification, which is great. And
I was looking, emojis are coming in.
I see it. Hell
like,
yeah.
You know.
There we go. Okay, we're getting the flex emoji, which
Okay.
is the greatest emoji, by the way, my opinion. So I'm doing body weight. Brandon's doing dumbbell. I'm going to be getting started with squats. Brandon's going to be getting started with goblet squats.
Yep.
Here we go, everybody.
Yep.
We're ready to do this
Let's do
thing. I'm going to get the timer started. You can see it back there if you can see it.
Move to a way. Yeah.
There we go.
There we go.
Okay.
There we go.
Here we go. Get ready. Timer started. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 1. Oh yeah.
Oh. Go. Buff dudes go.
Ooh. We need like a big pistol we can fire in the air.
Exactly. Ooh. As you can tell, the positioning and the form in both of what we're doing is basically the same. Of course, have a little bit of a not only resistance with the dumbbell, but the center of gravity's changed just slightly because now the dumbbell, since it's placed kind of in the front portion, it's pulled slightly away. So you kind of have to like balance it out a little bit more by trying to stay more upright. Ooh, but it works legs, I was saying, baby. Ooh. And by the fourth set, it'll tell you that.
Oh, definitely. These weeks seem to go by fast. I don't know if you guys agree. Seems like just yesterday I was doing this with our dad.
Yeah, he was hyped. I tuned into that one. He was, it's hard to match his energy.
Brandon was actually commenting quite a bit, but maybe me and my dad's eyesight's just really bad because we can see it.
I was critiquing our dad's form.
Brandon was
good.
Yeah.
I was the keyboard warrior on that one.
Okay, so we're on to our third set.
I think it's fourth, isn't it?
Brandon's right. It is our fourth set.
Nice.
And then I'm going to be moving on to single RDLs, and Brandon is going to be moving on to dumbbell swings. Oh, man. Catches up fast.
Yeah, it's like burning.
Okay. So for those of you who are doing body weight, single RDLs, dumbbell swings.
Yeah, here we go.
So both of these are more focusing on the posterior chain. It's gonna be the lower back, glutes, hamstrings, working both in hip extension. And yeah, excellent way to really hit hamstrings, glutes. Of course, yours is unilateral. What I'm doing is bilateral. And the big difference between these two exercises is, as Brandon said, unilateral and bilateral. And with the single leg RDLs, balance is definitely a big factor. So you want to take it slow and don't be too hard on yourself. If you kind of maybe lose your balance, fall to the side or whatever, just don't fall too hard.
Yeah.
But it's a more technical exercise to master.
Yeah.
And I also saw a comment, someone saying, how come you haven't done an update on your road to 250 pounds? I released a video about a week ago where I was grocery shopping for a bowl. Brandon's going to be releasing a video on Monday where he takes you through a full day of eating. So the road to 250 pounds is definitely still going.
Yeah.
But it takes a while to get to 250 pounds.
Exactly.
We could probably make it to 250 pounds next week, but we don't want to put that kind of weight on.
Not that kind of 250.
Yeah. Final set, which is crazy how fast we're going through these. So next, if you're doing body weight, you're going to be doing dive bombers. And if you are doing dumbbell along with Brandon, you're going to be doing commando rows. Here we go.
Ooh. Trying to have my lower body get a little bit of a break. Commando rows, excellent way to really hit the core. Get the lats involved a little bit more by pulling this weight up, flexing in the elbows and extending slightly in the elbow, or excuse me, the shoulder joint. Ooh. And the name's just cool, Both of these.
I was about to say it.
Their own dive bombers.
Yeah, and that's the good thing with dive bombers is it's really very self-explanatory. You want to start with your butt high up in the air, and you go ahead and bring your chest down, sweep alongside the ground. Oh, nice stretch. Go back to top position, and then dive bomb. Oh, once again.
You can make the sound effect. Meow.
You can.
Sometimes it helps.
I advise that you do. Gives you a little extra motivation.
It's hot.
It's always that
Third and fourth set.
oh yeah, when you really start to feel it.
Ooh. Good job, everyone. Ooh, let's get it.
Oh, doing great. We are already onto our fourth set of the dive bombers and the commando rows. Going to be moving on to the push-up press release if you're doing body weight, and the floor press if you're doing dumbbell. Whew. Don't want to forget that water as well. Want to stay hydrated. Here we go. We're moving on to the push-up release and the floor press. Yeah. So with the push-up release, you want to bring it down to the bottom position, have your chest touch the floor, release your hands for just a second, Go back to the top position. Boom, release, back to the top position.
Oh yeah, and the floor press, really working on a shorter range of motion. As a typical press, as you can see, you're really focusing on kind of more of the latter half of the movement. But yeah, feels pretty comfortable because you have a nice, your back is completely supported and your lower body is completely supported by the floor, so it feels really stable. But you still want to keep the shoulders, retracted, nice and slow on the descent, touch the floor, and then explosively extend in the arms. Oh yeah.
Trying to maximize that rest time.
I know.
Okay. Set number 3. There we go. On our final set, the push-up, release, and the floor press going to be moving on to Russian twist and windmill press. Good job, everybody. Keep going strong. There we go. Yeah, it's definitely not about speed on how fast you can do the repetition. Is really trying to get that feeling. Ooh, shoulders are burning. As you can see, this windmill press, pressing up, unilateral motion, then bending to the side. So really hitting the shoulders, but it's also hitting the core quite a bit, specifically in the lateral flexion, which is an excellent way. This exercise is really good, not only to warm up the shoulders for heavy pressing, it's really an excellent way to target and strengthen the core. Again, nice and slow, shoulders there to really help stabilize that movement. As you can tell when you're doing it, you have to kind of make sure that shoulder's in the right position as you bend down, so it's always that kind of straight line in the center of gravity there. Really gonna help. Nice and slow, bend, back up. And I'm doing it on my knees. Obviously, you can do it on your feet as well. As long as you can get that nice lateral flexion in the spine. And a full press in the shoulders. We're on to our final set. For those of you who may have watched our We Try Anime video, we were struggling with some cramps while doing the sit-ups, and I'm right back there right now. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that felt good. So, Hudson's on some LYTs, hitting the shoulders, and then I'm on to some side bends. So now we kind of switch places here where now I'm kind of more focusing, isolating the abdominals, the core section, and now Hudson's hitting those delts with an excellent strengthening kind of conditioning movements. Really hitting a lot of the rotator cuffs with those movements, and the deltoids to really strengthen that shoulder joint, which unfortunately can be very, can be put in a compromised position in a lot of different exercises. If it's not strong enough, you can get a lot of injuries in your shoulders because they're so mobile. And this may have been the exercise that Brandon was offering our dad a little bit of critique last week.
Yeah, you need a little work on that one, but that's what's hard. I mean, when it's a new exercise, new movement, it can be difficult, especially if you can't see yourself. Maybe if you don't really understand the movement completely. That's why it's awesome to do a body weight.
It's true. And if you watch anyone long enough, they're going to be unacquainted with certain exercises. Yeah. Even if you get maybe the greatest power lifter in the world, they may not know what a calisthenics person is going to be doing. So.
Exactly.
So we're all learning.
Oh yeah.
In one way or another. Doing great. Everybody out there following along with us.
Oh yeah, man, we only got 3 exercises after this. We're just going super quick.
That is crazy. It is. And it goes to show you how nice it is to have 20 minutes set aside every week because you can do it.
Oh, we actually skipped one. I just noticed we skipped an exercise, so we have 4 exercises left. What we skipped, we'll be doing next, which is the pushbacks.
The pushback pushbacks?
Yeah, the pushback pushbacks. Pushback push-ups. Well, now we're all fucked up. Okay, so you're going to be going on pushbacks or pushback push-ups, depending on how you want to call them. And then I'll be going to round rolls. Okay, so now we'll be on track after this. Sorry guys, got a little off there. Ooh. So now it's really, what screwed it up is Hudson went on from a shoulder intensive exercise to immediately onto another shoulder intensive exercise. So that's going to be pretty difficult, but
and that's what happens.
Yeah. But hey, you know what? Even those boulder shoulders, baby.
Yeah. Yeah. There's always a positive benefit.
Yeah.
Usually.
The round the world's kind of grasping both ends of the dumbbell here. And you kind of have to get used to the rotation in here. As you can tell, as one elbow comes up, the other one drops down, and as the other one comes up, the other one drops down. Making sure that you're kind of making a little gap in your arms for your head to fit through and rotating the dumbbell around. Much like your head's maybe the world and the dumbbell's the moon or something.
Oh man. Final set coming up. Pushback push-ups. And then what are we on to?
So then after that, we're going to be going on to some triceps with me doing skull crushers and Hudson doing dips.
Nice.
There we go.
Oh man.
So the dips are you're just kind of sitting here.
Oh, perfect.
Just working on the real good extension elbows. Okay. With the skull crushers. Do them from the floor. Again, working on the elbow extension. Nice and slow, extending up, squeeze, and right back down.
Short range of motion, as you can tell, but man, my triceps are fried already. Nice. Woo. Wow. Yeah, hang in there, everybody. I don't know about you guys, but I'm definitely feeling it now. Oh, okay, here we go. Set number 2. Bring it up and squeeze. Try to get as much range of motion as you can. Again, it's short, but very effective. Oh man, woo. Yeah, triceps are burning. Oh yeah, this is good. Get in the arm pump, baby.
Yeah.
Triceps, got the biceps next. Oh yeah. Set number 3 of 4. Very happy I didn't work tricep in the gym yesterday.
I made a mistake doing that.
The gruntins, it's happening.
Yeah.
Final set. Tricep.
Oh, wow. That was tough.
Yeah.
But felt damn good. Now, some curls.
Brandon's got the dumbbells. I've got the t-shirt. Keep that leg as dead as you can. Squeeze at the top position. There we go. I felt good going into this workout, but now I feel not so good. I'm getting winded.
Oh yeah.
Biceps can be a hard one to perform body weight with. Of course, if you got a table or a bar, you can do some chin-ups or inverted rows, but t-shirts always work, which is amazing. And if you don't have a t-shirt for whatever reason, you can always use a towel. So here we go. Set 3 of 4. Bring it down, bring it up. Squeeze. I'm feeling the bicep pump. I hope those of you out there are as well. Oh yeah.
Oh man, biceps are burning. They're feeling fatigued big time, but we're on the last set. This is it.
Great job, everybody. And this workout was suspenseful because we got our mid-exercises a little mixed up all over the place.
A little drama.
Yeah, there was. We worked some shoulder back to back, so. Oh, yeah. Here we go. We're on to our final exercise. It's going to be calf raises.
Oh, yeah.
You know it.
I love the calf raises.
For those of you who have worked out with us in the past, you know we always like to end on calf raises, kind of like your jog to the finish line. Can't forget the calves. About 4 sets. And then, of course, ending the 4th set with the front double bicep salute. Join together if you can.
Yeah.
Second set of 4. Good job, everybody. We're at the finish line. We're almost there. Makes all of our Saturdays just a little bit better getting us out of the way.
Yeah.
And I'm excited because coming in June, if you guys can believe it, we'll mark 6 months of doing this together every Saturday.
That's crazy. That seems unreal.
And the goal for me and Brandon is, you know, at the very least, continue all throughout 2021, see how everyone's feeling by then. But if you're just starting with us, no problem. We're going to be doing this for a lot longer. Man. Feeling it in those calves now. Okay, everybody, here we go. You're doing the front double. Final set, last set, best set.
Biceps are still hurting.
Brandon's gonna have a little bit of an issue holding his arms up.
I think so.
Yeah. Ooh. Can't tell you how much we appreciate all of you joining us. We know everybody's Saturdays can be very busy, so thank you. Ooh. Man, those calves are burning.
Oh yeah, here we go. And nice.
Yeah.
Good job, everyone.
Hell yeah.
Nice. That was a good workout.
That was.
That felt awesome.
Yeah. Good job, everybody. Oh, it looks like we lost our little resolution there right at the end. Sorry about that. That's what happens when you live in Central Oregon. You don't have fiber optics. So, sorry if you got a little blurry there in the end, but we try our best. It's the fastest internet connection we can get out here in on a desolate outpost in Mars.
Yeah, feels like it.
Yanis from YouTube says, love your PR video from bulking plan from 4 years ago. It motivates me. When will there be another one?
Wow. Well, you're in luck.
In 1 week. We actually shot it. Yep.
Yeah. It was pretty interesting. You know, we really haven't been training for strength, and we kind of just, that was the starting point. So it's kind of interesting to return to those big lifts to see where we were strength-wise from the prior one we did. And I got to be honest, pretty happy with the outcome. I mean, I think we kept a lot of our strength in certain movements. Others were definitely want to work on. It was a great starting point. I think, it's healthy for everyone to do that, especially if you have a goal to try to build strength and size. So yeah, hopefully you guys will enjoy it.
And let me see. Where'd the comment go? Dave from Facebook says, you buff dudes are good dudes. Thank you, Dave. And Devin from Facebook says, it's funny. Hudson said that it feels like only yesterday when he did the hit with y'all's dad, because I literally just did it yesterday because I missed it. Nice. Well, that's awesome, Devin.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
That was a good one. That was fun. Mui says the internet provider needs to get buff.
I agree.
That's true.
It makes us sad because we've tried to get them to get buff, but obviously the internet's not buff enough. So apologize if it's a little
too much buffness. He's hard to handle.
It's buffering.
It is buffering in a bad way.
Jimmy from YouTube says, can't move my arms. Those push-ups are fine to start, then moving to the 4 set. Oh my God, why? Ha, I love it. Yeah, Jimmy, I'm right there with you.
Definitely. It's always kind of funny to do these workouts because they're kind of more for fun. They're obviously very beneficial at the same time, but obviously we're only doing it once a week. But on top of all your other workouts you do during the week, they can be very harder than you'd think.
And Adam from Facebook says, starting the 12-week 3rd edition next week, still working on foods and mobility. Thank you for the motivation being awesome, guys. Thank you, Adam. That's amazing. Yeah. And Nestor from Facebook says, summertime equals horse trough time.
Oh,
damn
that's
right.
True. Do we still have that one?
We do.
Oh,
yeah, it's here.
We'll be breaking that out for sure.
Exactly. Brian from YouTube says, thanks again, dudes. Been here for all but 2 of these so far. And many more to go. Hell yeah,
nice.
Brian.
Yeah.
That's amazing. And I do notice that we do have a little bit of a connection issue. So
oh no!
Sorry for those of you who may be kind of pixelated.
Cody
Griffin from YouTube just donated $50.
Yeah. God.
Cody,
thank you, Cody.
Yeah,
we
truly,
really do appreciate you
big time. And we're going to try to use your money to get a better internet connection.
I know, right?
The sad thing is, I don't think we can. And Cody struggled. Not going to lie, not much left in the tank after 6 days. Was hard, was fun. Fun story, second chest day yesterday. I was tired and pushing. After I set, I cried out, come on, Cohagen. You got what you want. Give these people air.
That's a good way of squeezing out another run.
I just hope your eyeballs didn't pop out.
Well, yeah, exactly. That's the scary part.
Michael Baxter from YouTube says, slightly hungover. I needed this.
Yeah.
We're happy to help out, Michael.
That can be typical, I think, on a Saturday for a lot of people.
Exactly.
But it's awesome that you're here.
That's true. Blend from YouTube says, cheers from Kosovo.
Cheers,
Blend. Good to see you.
Thanks for joining us.
Yeah. Artur from YouTube says, love your 80s vibe. Thank you, Artur.
Yeah, we do love the 80s and early 90s. There's some good early 90s stuff, too.
There is.
But 80s was a crazy decade.
Johnny from YouTube with the $5 donation.
Thanks, Johnny.
Yeah. He says, you have several videos where you guys are video characters. Will we ever see an actual Buff Dude video game, Double Dragon style? Would be great.
There was a time where one was being developed. Two times.
Yeah, we've had 2 different developers approach us, and it's hard, man. I don't even know how video games are made when you...
It's hard because there's such an overabundance of video games, and of course a developer is going to want to make sure
they make money.
They get downloads, stuff like that. So obviously maybe with someone, I guess, with a certain amount of following behind them already is a good thing, but they still want more, and it's a hard thing for sure, because obviously they put a lot of work into it. They want some kind of compensation, and it's just so many video games out there. But maybe one day.
Yeah, that would be amazing. Frederick from YouTube says, got COVID Monday.
Oh,
no, just a week and a half after gym's reopening.
Sorry, Frederick.
Yeah, that's...
glad you can still get a workout from home. Hopefully you're feeling okay and you're going to do great and get better quick. So, yeah.
Let's see.
Catching up with some comments.
Philip from YouTube says, hey, dudes. Let's read this really quick. When I started working out, I was 20 years old and I weighed 110 pounds. Now I'm 30 and it's been 2 years that I'm stuck at 176 pounds. Any advice? Keep buffing. Well, the fact that you gained 66 pounds is awesome.
It took you 10 years, but you did it. And sometimes that's the hard thing is that It can take time. Obviously, if you want to speed up the process, there's going to be certain things that you have to put into place to make sure you're constantly getting that progression. The next video that's coming out Monday that we talk about like our daily eating, I do talk about a lot of things that you can do to help put on weight. But a few of the things would be tracking your calories, making sure you're eating enough calories consistently, because that's a bad thing. You can have your set amount of calories, say 3,000 calories that you're trying to bulk with one day, but then the next day maybe only have 2,000 or less, and then the next day. So it's consistently putting that many calories in your body, tracking it, tracking your weight to making sure it's either putting on weight or not, so that way you can adjust your calories accordingly. So it's a process, and it can be kind of a longer one too. So you just have to be pretty strict about making sure you're always tracking what you're eating, how that eating is affecting you, and just being consistent with it.
And look for Brandon's video Monday.
Yep.
He's going to go through all that. Aaron from Facebook says, just started working out again in my early 30s, and I ran across you guys. I love watching you guys and learning diets and workouts to do without going to the gym. That's awesome, Aaron. Glad you could find us.
Oh, yeah.
And Matt from Facebook says, hi from the UK. Love these videos. I just followed along. Feeling buffer already. Yeah, that's amazing. Vishap.
That's why we always flex.
Exactly. Keep giving Brandon positive comments. He's going to just fill the whole screen up. Vishab from YouTube says, hey guys, love from India. Hi, Vishab. And Hoodie K from YouTube says, make a fitness app that has little games in it. Maybe that could take off easier.
We thought about that too. And that is another difficult thing to do. We are currently working on an app, and we're trying to have elements of video game stuff in it. Maybe not games themselves like mini games, but still certain things that you'll look forward to.
Achievements.
Exactly.
Things of that nature. Yeah. Devin from Facebook says, out of curiosity, what are some of y'all's other hobbies? Me personally, I play Warhammer, building and painting models and playing the tabletop game. I've seen some people do that, Devin, and
that looks sweet.
It does.
Yeah.
Me and my wife play Gears of War every single night, and we basically have for the past 2 months straight.
So we're getting like pro level. So I played with him every once in a while. I log in, and I'm intimidated by how good they are.
Yeah, I mean, it's a game about buff dudes blowing up stuff, so it's in our wheelhouse. So if you're ever on Gears of War 5, hit us up, because we'll probably.
What's your tag name?
They call me HUD.
Okay.
Yeah. So if any of you play Gears of War 5, they call me HUD is my Xbox handle.
Oh, the handle. That's what
And my wife is Buff Girl, so she's even easier to find. Yeah. Mark from YouTube says, thanks, dudes. Managed to complete all sets this week.
Oh, yeah. Nice.
Mainly due to the absence of windshield wipers. Oh. Yeah, Mark. That's
we're that crazy. Close putting it in, but we're like, well, maybe we'll give it a break this week.
Yeah.
Jimmy, I think, was asking about how the trip went. I was going to answer him real quick. Jimmy,
which one?
Jimmy,
here we
Jimmy
go.
D. How was your trip? Next door to my state, and you. Oh, okay. I was next door, and I didn't say hi. Yeah, sorry. I will say hi to Michaela, and yeah, the spelling's weird on her name, but close enough. But yeah, we had a lot of fun there. I was sad to have missed the live stream last time, but I'm here now, so it's all good.
Hell yeah. Braden from Facebook says, I just purchased the 12-week program 3rd edition. I'm excited for the 5x5 schedule as well. Hope it is effective. Good luck, Braden. We think it will be. I mean, we're big fans of it, having gone through it many times ourselves. Speaking of the 5x5, good luck. Keep us updated.
Kind of a tried and true training method, for sure.
Mike Zimmerman from Facebook says, I want to see the failed predator trap video. Mike, the
closest we got to showing it was a few of the clips.
Yeah.
It wasn't even cool. It wasn't even funny.
Yeah.
I think it got to a certain point where we were doing it.
We spent like 4 days. Well, no, because you built the predator. It was like 5 days.
It was like a week or something.
Yeah.
At least. But we looked at the footage. It wasn't even funny or good. I mean, we were just looking, this is kind of sad. So, yeah. I think the
predator got us.
It did. It won.
It did. Lilu from Facebook says, thanks to my buff dudes keeping me motivated for longer than I have ever stayed motivated.
What?
I'm a buff, almost 40-year-old mom. Lilu, that's amazing. We love hearing that. We're glad we could help. So thanks for letting us know.
And we love the name too.
Yeah, that is very cool. Jimmy from YouTube says, Hudson, play Guild Wars 2. It's awesome. We played Guild Wars, me and you. Like, way back then.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy. I remember the graphics being really good. Always being like, wow, this is surprising, especially at the time. I'm like, wow.
Yeah, and see quite a few comments on Warhammer. Jason Singley from YouTube, Cody Griffin from YouTube.
See, we're getting a good community going.
Yeah.
Good. I like this.
Let me see. Mark from Facebook says, can the HIIT workouts alone help me develop muscles, even at my age of 39?
Absolutely, yeah. It's going to be a great start for sure. Any kind of resistance type training, even if it's with your own body, is going to get you somewhere. Obviously, as you progress, as you get a little bit more advanced, you're going to have to put maybe a little bit of extra load on there, extra resistance, maybe even more volume. So you'll have to switch your training up a little bit. If you're only doing this once a week, but first just starting out, you'll get some damn good benefits. But then you'll have to increase it a little bit, maybe do 2 or 3 of these type of workouts per week, and then slowly increase from there. Maybe add a little bit of extra resistance with mobility bands or dumbbells. So yeah, it's slow progression, but yeah, it's a great start for sure. Something like this.
And Brandon from Truman on YouTube with the $4.99 donation. Thank you, Brandon. Brandon asked, working on doing 200 push-ups a day. Wow. I'm on day 4 and there's a lot of soreness. Is this actually beneficial or just a bad idea?
It's funny because there's something that was kind of somewhat popular, and I think more people do it. It was an older technique, but now more people have started doing it. It's like doing squats every day. And although there's some benefits to it, I think over time it starts wearing on your body, and it gets to a point where your body doesn't have enough time to recover and adapt to what you're putting on it. So although you can get away with it for a certain amount of time, you do probably have to start implementing in some rest days. Make sure your body not only recovers, the muscles recover, but it starts to adapt to the kind of stress that's being placed on it. So I think just try to do it in phases. Maybe try to do it 2 days, a day off, then 2 days or something like that to give it a little bit of rest, anywhere from 48 to 72 hours to make sure your body has a chance to adapt to what you're putting on it. And then and it'll be a good experiment too to see maybe getting that rest. All of a sudden you feel like 200 push-ups is easy, then you can do more. So yeah, get a little rest from time to time for sure.
Hugh Bryant from Facebook says, we try and tag you in our workouts on Instagram, Backpack Bryce. You said try, so I'm not sure if you're not able to, but you should be able to, Hugh. Yeah, I mean, we let people tag us and everything, so we'll look out for your posts. Yeah. Right to Mukund from YouTube says, hello, my dad, my brother, and I love watching your videos. Thank you so much for sharing such quality material. Love from India. That's amazing. Nice. And tell your brother and dad hi as well. Yeah. Mustak from YouTube says, hey guys, congrats for all you've done so far. I've been running a 10K for 7 months straight, and I've lost 20 kilograms. Wow. And I'm 41 and 88 kilograms today. I cannot lose more. What can I do?
So obviously your goal is to lose more weight. You've been running that long. You lost a lot of weight already, over 40 pounds. Could come down to what you're eating. Come down to maybe your body's reaching a certain point where it's adapted to what you're putting on it. Obviously, you run a lot, so it's probably very strong cardiovascular system. There's probably a lot of variables that come into play. Maybe you're not eating enough maybe you're not eating, so your body basically reached this metabolic set point where it doesn't really want to change anymore. So look at your diet, look at your training schedule, try to change things up a little bit, to see either eating, I would assume you're probably not eating too much, running that much. So you're probably eating too little. To maybe increase your calories a little bit, and maybe change your training up a little bit as well. Maybe start adding some resistance training in there along with your cardio or your running.
The body is amazing at adapting to whatever you throw at it. Sometimes that can be tough.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's just trying to look out for your best interest, even though you don't.
He's like, I'm dying. I gotta save this.
Alan TW on YouTube says, have you guys played God of War? Brandon doesn't need to play God of War because Brandon is the God of War.
I lived it.
Exactly. Brandon lived that Kratos life. Yeah. And if you don't know what we're talking about, look up God of War Ascension trailer on YouTube, and your questions will be answered, Alan. Roshan from YouTube says, bring back the buff scientist from the anatomy videos.
Oh.
He kept getting a little more sadistic.
Yeah. I think he's in jail. He actually got the electric.
Exactly. He's dead. So sorry. Vishab from YouTube says, been following you guys for a long time, and my favorite series is the anatomy series. I actually learned a lot about various muscle anatomy from this channel, so thanks. That's awesome.
Thank you.
Brandon actually put out a recent one on our Buff Dudes Workout YouTube channel called Biceps Anatomy. So if you want a new one, it's a little more technical, not quite as entertainment based, but again, it really just goes in depth.
Yeah, we love that series for sure. It was fun for us, and I think it was just the scope of it was pretty large, so it took a lot of work, and it was hard to kind of go back to that because it just takes so much time to do those videos that it's like how much you can put out starts to lessen. You know, it's because we're trying to get a video out every week, of course. But putting that much workload on you, and then it's hard to, reach that or continue that expectation of doing that. So anyways, maybe in the future, if we get a little extra time.
Cody Griffin with the $5 donation. Thank you, Cody. Lower back is tender, a little too heavy on maybe rack pulls. I don't know. Regardless, any advice? Stretches, buy gym gear, LOL.
It's I'm assuming, lower back, obviously it's a very lower back intensive exercise, the rack pulls, anything that's really, you're gonna have to brace your core to help stabilize that spine in that position, either deadlifts, squats, rack pulls. It's really just core strengthening exercise that can really help with that. Being tender is actually somewhat okay if it's just sore, because that's basically your lower back is doing its job. But to be able to kind of try to get away from that a little bit where it's not quite as sore, I would recommend certain exercises like suitcase carries are an excellent core strengthening exercise where you essentially hold a kettlebell or dumbbell on one side and you're stabilizing your spine and you're walking a certain way and walking back and then switching hands. So you really work on that kind of lateral stabilization in the spine. Pal-off presses are an excellent tool and exercise to really strengthen the Superman's plank. So a lot of the isometric holds are going to really strengthen your core to make sure they're strong enough to really stabilize your spine through those movements like deadlifts, rack pulls, squats, where it's basically just bracing your core, right? It's not you're like going through any kind of flexion or extension, you're just bracing it. So to implement those exercises in that are specifically targeting that kind of, isometric hold is going to be very beneficial. And hopefully that helps, Cody.
Yeah. Sorry, that's a lot. But. Merc with the Mouth from YouTube says, I'm starting basically from scratch, and my goal is the baseline for the Navy fitness test. Wish me luck. Good luck, Merc with the Mouth. You got this.
Oh, yeah.
Deadpool can pull anything off, so we believe in you. Yep. Jim from YouTube says, 250 pounds. Go, Hudson. Thank you, Jim. Got a lot more eating to do. Yep. Wish me luck. Milad from YouTube says, hi, I'm Milad from Argentina. I love your channel. My question is, how much time should I keep a low carb diet in order to lose fat? My trainer told me that I must increase the carbs on training days. That's really dependent upon who you are as a person. I mean, I know for the longest time, Milad, I struggled with getting lean, really. I always kind of had that, it's kind of like that, we've said it before, like marshmallow kid look, because you're not overweight, but you're not like lean either. You're just kind of you're almost like a rectangle or something, and me being as pale as I was, I really looked like a marshmallow kid. So by lessening carbs, it really helped me, but I made a big mistake where I tried to go almost zero carbs, which really didn't do me any favors either. So I try to keep my carbs just about the same as my protein. It's a little different now because I'm trying to put on weight, but when I'm trying to lean out, I keep them very similar. There's a popular 40-40-20 split, 40% protein, 40% carbs, 20% fat. That really helped me a lot. So, and I do agree with your trainer. On heavy lifting days, we have upped our carbohydrates because you do need energy. So you don't want to go into the gym weak. That's not really going to do you any favors.
Definitely.
Samby69 from YouTube says, love the Arnie Sly vid, made me chuckle. Thank you. Yes. Thank you, Sammy. I thought it said made me Chucky for a second. I'm like, wow, that's okay.
Yeah. Roshan from YouTube, is pea protein better than whey protein? I wouldn't say it's better. They're good for their own reasons. Obviously, if you're on a vegetarian or vegan diet, pea protein is amazing. It's an amazing. Or maybe you have some kind of reaction to whey products, animal products. Pea protein again is awesome. So yeah, I mean, I wouldn't think of one thing's better than the other as far as digestibility. As far as what the body uses, whey protein it's hard to beat, really. I mean, the body uses that in an excellent way to build muscle. Pea protein maybe not quite as high as whey, but again, you know, do what works for you.
Yeah.
And they're both very good.
And if you're following a vegan diet, then pea protein is by no means.
It's awesome.
Yeah,
you can
exactly.
still get great results.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't even worry about it.
Hoodie K from YouTube says, I woke up 10 minutes before the steam, but I rolled out of bed to get buff. I know what I'm like. Yeah. Yes, you do, Hoodie. Thank you for joining us. Tom from YouTube, you need better Wi-Fi there, dudes.
Oh, really?
We do.
Yeah.
We do. And you know, the
To
sad
us,
thing.
it looks fine.
Yeah, no.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah. And that's the sad thing, because where we live, it's not in a metropolitan area. So unfortunately, this is the best we've got. Maybe like we can do a weird hookup where Google will, you know, take a massive fiber line and drag it all the way to our house.
True. It just goes from their satellite straight down to our
like
computer.
5 miles down. Yeah. Some guy just rappels all the way down. A spaceman. Get to work at it. Yeah. Cody Griffin from YouTube. Wait, we got to ask about Mr. Extreme.
Yeah, Mr. Extreme he's not so extreme anymore. He had some therapy.
Yeah.
He actually had to become less
He's
extreme.
Mr. Calm now.
Exactly. Because, you know, this day and age, he was too extreme.
Yeah, he was
starting to bother people.
Hugh Bryant from Facebook says, I'm reading the comment. It's kind of a longer comment.
Yeah.
Hugh says, you've been a massive inspiration and motivation since you started these workouts. Alongside these workouts, these HIIT workouts this year. Keep it up, guys, and so will we.
Okay.
Two-gun salute from Laosi. Yeah. Well, thank you very much. Callie from YouTube says, hey, dudes, me and my dad work out and had some fun. We can't wait for the next live. That's awesome, Callie.
Oh, yeah.
Tell your dad hi as well.
Absolutely.
Masse from Facebook says, that's a great channel. I can't believe I haven't got into it any sooner. Keep up the great work, guys. Thanks for all this inspiration. Definitely great to see a channel motivating health. Thanks for joining.
Oh, yeah.
That's awesome. We're just catching up on some comments. Sometimes they just come in, so we apologize if we missed any. We're trying to catch up at the moment.
Yeah.
Jaden from YouTube says, is this your guys' first time live? No, it isn't. We actually started in January.
Yeah. This is like 6 months in.
Yeah. So it's pretty amazing.
Sixth one. No. How many? 6 1 now.
Yeah.
Times 4.
Exactly. So 5 times 4. This is like our 20th live workout. Sean from YouTube says, hey guys, my wife has recently gotten me into CrossFit. I really like it as they focus separately on strength lifts for form, followed by a separate Metcon. What kind of recovery should I be doing?
You know, that can be kind of dependent on how many days you work out, really. I don't, you know, as far as the schedule goes, I know that each session can be obviously pretty intense. I think it's around 30 minutes, because it's like you do a lot of warm-ups and then it's basically like for 20 to 30 minutes you just go and kind of a certain type of training stuff. As far as my experience, I mean, I don't have a lot of experience in CrossFit. I tried it once, and it was, you know, it was great. It was amazing. But recovery, of course, can sometimes take a backseat, because when you're in the gym, it's just so fun to lift, and you feel like you're making the gains in the gym, right? Well, unfortunately, all the gains come outside the gym with your nutrition, your rest, your recovery. So make sure. We try to say have around 72 hours of rest for your muscle groups, sometimes less, sometimes more, depending on the volume you're doing and the intensity. So yeah, there's some variables in there, but just at least a couple days.
Jim from YouTube says, you guys should do a Texas bar forklift max weight test. I hear Texas bars have more whip, but can carry more weight. I don't know really. Oh, okay, like our bar bend video with forklift. Oh, yeah. For a moment there, Jim, I thought you meant there was some kind of like you go in a Texas bar, like a honky tonk or something, and do a forklift. So I was like, what? Yeah, which sounds kind of cool. That's probably why that's where my head was at. Yeah, we'll look into the Texas bars. Child Chernobyl from YouTube says, why are you both so handsome? Oh, thank you, Child Chernobyl.
We look at ourselves in the mirror every morning and ask the same question.
I was about to say, we look at ourselves and go, Jesus Christ. Because this webcam, man, for you guys, the quality's not great, but for us, in that 4K resolution, it's high definition. Yeah, especially early in the morning, you're like, I think there's that meme where it's like,
oh, the camera flipped.
Yeah. So that's kind of what it feels like every day when I turn this on. Right to Muckun from YouTube says, in the Jackie Chan workout routine video, if I'm not wrong, Brandon did the back handspring. He did.
Yeah.
Any advice for someone who wants to start learning those moves and how to add them to regular workouts?
Man, yeah. I mean, I'm definitely no expert when it comes to that. I just practice it like crazy in the backyard when I was younger with like a mattress. The few things that I would say to work on is have a spotter for one, have someone there to spot you through it, where they can place their hand on your lower back so you can kind of go through the motion. There's definitely a big fear of jumping backwards, and a lot of times you'll just want to jump as high as you can. But it's more almost jumping back rather than just straight up. So you have to kind of jump back. And you really have to have kind of upper body strength to be able to kind of support your body with your arms to be able to kind of complete that full rotation to back on your feet though. So it'll take some practice. And there's some great tutorials on YouTube as well from professionals that will walk you through it. And there's also techniques that they kind of put into play too, where if you have like a big tall pad or something where you basically get used to jumping back onto that pad, kind of getting used to that motion, and you can start really slow like that. And there's I was going to say there's some like places that you can probably go do like tumbling classes, but probably not so much right now. But yeah, start on some tutorials on YouTube and then go from there. But it's a lot of fun when you can do it because it kind of just feels good. But yeah, have a spotter for sure. I think that's very important.
Brandon just had Jackie Chan videos to go up.
That's true. I know. There was no YouTube.
Yeah, it was just VHS and pausing like crazy.
Exactly.
Thankfully, yeah, the days of YouTube have made everything a lot better.
That's for sure.
Let's see. Ellis from YouTube asked 1990s WWF workout video. We were gonna do a wrestling collaboration video with it was a guy named by the name of Jim, out of LA, but then of course COVID hit. We had a couple cool videos lined up. There was a guy with a CrossFit gym in I'm forgetting the name right now, by Agora Hills.
Thousand Oaks?
Oh no, not Thousand Oaks. It's the one that's a little bit more northeast. Gets really hot. Oh, Simi Valley.
Okay.
Yeah, in Simi Valley. But yeah, it was all put on hold when the pandemic hit. So hopefully once that's over, we can do those projects because we love the bigger projects. Troy from YouTube says, I have this little contest against my friend. The one with the most ass to grass body weight squats performed will win. What are the ways I should train? He's 50 kilograms and I'm 63 kilograms, but he said he only did 3 leg days.
Yeah. So body weight, or with weight. So
it's like body weight.
Okay, just body weight. That will. It's kind of hard, I mean, one, you want to have good form. So if you already have good form, you have that all down. It's really just that specificity where you're going to just train doing body weight squats and to slowly try to see how far you can push yourself and kind of get that muscular endurance in there too. Because it gets to a point where obviously you can have strength in your legs. Let's say you can squat 315 pretty easily, but then all of a sudden you do body weight squats for a lot of repetitions. It's a totally different ball game because now you're working not just on your fast twitch muscle fibers. Now you're working on your slow twitch muscle fibers. So you're really gonna have to train specifically to get a lot of repetitions. So just start squatting, doing a lot of reps, see how many you can do, log that, and then just slowly progress and try to push it farther and farther. And, you wouldn't have to do it every day for sure, but maybe do it every other day or do it one day, have a couple of days rest, depending on if you're still doing high resistance leg days. So it kind of depends on your training schedule, but yeah, it is that training specificity where you have to basically do that to get better at that.
Miguel from Facebook says, shout out to my home gym, Gonzalez Gym. Yeah, Gonzalez. You guys rock. Where is Mr. Buff Duke? He is taking a day off because Brandon's back.
That's true.
So Brandon just pushed him to the side. Get out of here. Yeah. No, we'll have a day with all 3 of us work out. He really enjoyed doing this. So we'll do it again with him in the future. Yep. Braden from Facebook says, when I start the 5x5 in the 12-week book, is it possible that the 1-day rest between days may not be substantial? I haven't lifted in around 2 years. Should I take 2 rest days between the full body workouts then? Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, you can.
When you're getting into those major compound exercises like squats, deadlifts, I mean, yeah, your body needs a break because as Brandon said earlier, you don't get stronger after the workout, it's after the recovery. So you really want to make sure that you are recovered. Yeah. Sean from YouTube says, Memorial Day is coming up. Are you guys going to do Murph? That is an awesome suggestion, Sean, and we really should do that. I looked up into that the other day and I'm like,
that's intense.
Yeah, It's that damn running, man.
Mhm.
Every time. And now that we're putting weight
I
on,
know, right?
it doesn't get any easier. But we would like to look into that. So thank you. Robert from Facebook says, hello from Michigan. Hey, Robert.
Yeah.
Hope to visit your beautiful state one day. Haven't before.
No.
So we are at the 10 a.m. mark. We've been here an hour. Time for us to go.
Yeah. We love you guys.
Yeah.
Always love doing this. And
Thank you all for joining. Give us a last bicep emoji.
Yeah.
We'll flex. We know you can flex alongside with us, but give us those emojis so we know you're there with us. Really appreciate you guys joining us every single week. And of course, we're going to be back next Saturday too.
True. We're not going nowhere.
No. We're going to be around here so long, you guys will want us to leave. We'll be like the guest who overstayed their welcome.
Yeah.
So
closing time. We're like, wait a second, the lights come on. We're like, we're not done yet.
Yeah, get out of here. Yeah, there we go. There's those
thanks,
bicep.
everyone.
Nice.
You guys are awesome.
All right, everybody.
See
Like
you
Brandon
next week.
said, love you guys. See you next Saturday.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah.